just got to take a step back and go back to, how I was playing those first couple games and just, taking what the defense gives me. And, Bobby, I got all the confidence in the world in myself and the guys, and just got to go out there and do it.
All right, we are going to get Randy Fichtner, the offensive coordinator for the Steelers, take on Devlin Hodges rebounding this week against the Ravens in just a little bit. It is Coordinator Thursday. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the Steelers practice report. There was a new name that popped up on the list yesterday on Christmas Day. That, of course, was Steve Nelson, but he was a full participant dealing with a groin injury. As you can see, it is the last game of the regular season, so a number of guys getting vet stays, off, coaches' decisions, whatever you would like to call it. But Joe Hayden dealing with that foot injury once again. He had a do not practice day today. Same thing kind of happened last week. We know Marquise Pouncey is out, but the bad news is once again for the second straight day that James Conner did not practice with that quad injury, and Coach Tomlin told us on Tuesday that his practice availability would be determining what he is able to do on Sunday in Baltimore. Two roster moves to note that the Steelers made today. Ryan Switzer, as you see here, out on the practice field at the UPMC Rooney Sports Complex, and Switzer Nix have been designated to return. Both guys are on IR. They are able to practice. They would not be able to play in a game for the Steelers until after the wild card round, if that does indeed happen for Pittsburgh. But as I said, it's Coordinator Thursday, and Randy Fichtner, of course, asked about Devlin Hodges, who started the game against the Jets, was replaced by Mason Rudolph, but then due to his injury, had to go back in, what he needs to do for this final regular season game.
I expect that we would eliminate any mistakes that he's made, and whatever mistake gets made in this game will be a new one. He's been pretty good at that, minus a handful of maybe balls that just, could have been in other places, could have been more protected with football. As far as game management and some of the things he's done for protection and running the system, he's done really well.
All right, as we mentioned, JuJu Smith-Schuster, the Steelers wide receiver, very hard on himself. That last pass with 41 seconds left against the Jets, he said he should have caught but did not. That could have possibly been a touchdown or a game decision for the Steelers today. Was asked why he's so hard on himself and how he can also rebound this week.
Honestly, the only thing that can, heal that is time and getting ready to play for the next game. I can't wait to play, our last game of the season and to see what the future holds for us. But just be out here with my boys and just day by day. Yeah.
You put a lot of pressure on yourself. How do you deal with that week to week?
I'm very, very hard on myself. I've always been in everything I do. That's just the nature I put myself in, and throughout the week, I just come to practice every day, work hard, study hard, and just being out there on the field, helps me get through the days.
Everybody knows the Steelers need to handle their business against the Ravens and also hope for the Texans to beat the Titans. But in terms of the Baltimore Ravens, as we've previously mentioned, they are resting a number of starters, including Lamar Jackson. So that means we'll be seeing RG3 at quarterback. Here's defensive coordinator Keith Butler.
They're different people. Obviously, the quarterbacks are different people. They're going to run the same stuff they're doing. They're not going to change the whole offense for 1 week. So they're going to run what they've been running. Are they going to use RG3 as much in running game as they do Lamar? I don't know. We'll see. Obviously they want to try to win the game if they can, but we're preparing like what we've seen on film, and we're going to try to defend what we've seen on film.
And congratulations to Steelers outside linebacker TJ Watt, who was voted on by his teammates as the team's 2019 MVP. He is the first defensive player to win the award since Troy Polamalu in 2010. Let's hear more from the team's MVP after practice.
It's quite an honor, and I can't really hide how I really feel about it because it's voted by the players and my peers and the guys that I'm around on a daily basis, so to be able to be recognized as the team MVP is special to me, and it's special to everybody in the locker room because it's not just me, it's this whole team collectively, and I can only speak from a defensive standpoint, but we're so close as a unit, and I'm just having so much fun with this group, and we're still far from done, so that's what makes it even more fun.
All right, that is the very latest from inside the UPMC Rooney Sports Complex. Thanks for joining me today on Steelers Live. We will have your status report and see you on Friday at 4 p.m.